Good morning, dear students, and welcome to the next part of our chapter Heredity and Variation. In today's lecture, we will be looking at various diseases which are caused due to genetic disorders.
In today's video, we are going to study about genetic disorders. Now, as the name says, genetic means that is related to genes and disorder means something wrong with the genes. Okay, so obviously it is going to result in some kind of diseases. Okay, so in this video, we are going to study about diseases that are caused by genetic disorder. Okay, so let's begin. Now, let's first see what it is. So, diseases or disorders occurring due to abnormalities in chromosomes and mutations in genes are called genetic disorders. Okay, so this is our DNA structure, you all know. Okay, and so what happens is due to abnormalities of chromosomes. Chromosomes means we have 46 chromosomes in our body. Okay, and if something goes wrong with the number or the structure of chromosomes and mutation in genes. Mutation means some kind of changes that are occurring in genes when the genes are transferred from parents to their children. Okay, so when in this mutation or in this transfer, when some kind of error occurs or the chromosomal number or structure is different, that result into genetic disorders. Okay, now how it occurs exactly? It occurs either increase or decrease in the number. So as I told you, we have total 46 chromosomes. So if the number increases or decreases, and deletion, suppose one part is deleted. Okay, so this is the normal chromosome. So this part gets deleted and we have this defective chromosome or translocation. Translocation means suppose I have these two chromosomes. So what happens is instead of the proper one, as you can see here, this is number 4 here, number 20 here. So see what is happening is this 4 number is now reduced to 20. See, it became small and this 20 number becomes 4 number. Okay, so translocation. Location means place. So translocation means when there is something wrong with the place of the genes in the chromosomes, it results into genetic disorder. Okay, now what are the examples? It has physical disorder. Physical means something is wrong with the body. It has cleft lip, as you can see, the lip of the child is not proper. Then albinism, okay, and psychological disorders or physiological disorders like sickle cell anemia and hemophilia. Now about all this we will be studying in details. Okay, so right now just note these are the disorders that are caused or these are the genetic disorders. Now, as you all know that we human beings have 46 chromosomes in a form of 23 pairs. Okay, so very clearly you can see in the diagram, these are the male chromosomes. We have 22, that is 22 in pair, that is 44, plus remaining these two are called as sex chromosomes. In case of male, we have X and Y. Coming to female, it has 22 autosomes or the normal chromosomes and remaining two sex chromosomes. In case of female, we have similar sex chromosomes, that is X and X. Okay, so we have total 46. 22 pairs are autosomes and one pair is sex chromosome. And in case of woman, it is represented as 44 plus XX, and in case of men, it is represented as 44 plus X and Y. Okay. Now, in the previous videos, you have studied about Mendel's experiment regarding how these genes are getting transferred. Okay. Now, there you have studied that we have two types of genes, the dominant and the recessive. Okay, so just to give you an example, the yellow color one is a dominant gene, the green color one is the recessive gene. Then what you see in these are the parents. Now what do you see in the offspring children? all the offsprings or all the children are yellow in color. Okay, so what we can say? The yellow color has dominance over the green color. Okay, so all the offsprings are yellow in color. So though one of the parent is green is in color, none of the offspring is showing green color, but all the offsprings are showing yellow colors. Okay, so this is what is explained by Mendel. So if we take into account the number of chromosomes in human cell, their sex-related types, the types of gene on their chromosomes, that is dominant and recessive, we can see where genetic disorders originate and how they are inherited. Okay, so these are the genetic disorders. That means the genes that we are inheriting from our parents. Okay, so if anything goes wrong, obviously the diseases will be transferred from parents to their children, and that is called as inheritance. Inheritance or mutation is transfer from one generation to the next one. Then disorders due to chromosomal abnormalities. So first we will see when something goes wrong with the number or the structure of chromosomes. Okay, so these are the disorders that occurs due to numerical changes in the chromosomes. Means number is changed. So we need to have 46. Now sometimes instead of 46, it has 47 or it has 45 or 44. Okay, so these are the disorders that are occurring due to numerical changes. Now offsprings are not sterile. Sterile means not able to produce children. Okay, so in this case offsprings can produce children. If there is a change in the number of autosomes is less, they can produce the children. Instead, if there is an increase in the number of any autosomal pair, physical or mental abnormalities arise and the lifespan is shortened with the shortened lifespan. Okay, so here the children, if something goes wrong with the number of the autosomal pair, the offsprings are not sterile. They can reproduce or they can give birth to children. But what is happening? They have either physical or mental abnormalities. Okay, so mentally they are abnormal. And very often you must have seen children like this, mentally abnormal children. But they can very well reproduce and their lifespan is very short. Now let's study about some of these disorders. Okay, so first we have the Down syndrome, which is also characterized as 46+1 trisomy of the 21st chromosome. Okay, so from the name you can make out that something goes wrong with the 21st chromosome. Now very clearly you can see, children, we have studied that chromosomes are always in pair. But here see the 21st, on the 21st pair there is one extra chromosomes. So that becomes 46+1, that is 47 chromosomes. Okay, so this character or this disorder is characterized by the presence of 47th chromosome. It is described as trisomy of the 21st chromosome. Okay, and what is the infant, or what we can see is infants with this disorder have one extra chromosome with the 21st pair in every cell of their body. So they have 47 chromosomes, as I explained. Children suffering from Down syndrome are usually mentally retarded and they have a short lifespan. Mental retardation is the most prominent characteristics. The other symptoms are short height, short wide neck, flat nose, short fingers, scanty hairs, that is very few hair, single or horizontal crease on palm. See, if you see your palm, you will see a network there. But in this case, the children have only a single horizontal crease. And the life expectancy is about 16 to 20 years. Okay, but again, not necessary. Some of these children even may live for a longer period of time. But this is an average lifespan that is given. Okay, so this is Down syndrome, which is extra one chromosome, that is 47 chromosome. Then we have Turner syndrome, which is the monosomy of X chromosome. Okay, so now here this is the disease, or this is the disorder that is caused due to abnormalities in sex chromosome, and the name is Turner syndrome or 44A plus X. Now how this arises? This arises due to either inheritance of only one X chromosome from parent due to inactivation of gender related part of X chromosome. Okay, so very clearly you can see here that only one X chromosome is inherited. Okay, so other X chromosome is not inherited or inactive, okay, due to some problem or due to some gender related part of the X chromosome. Okay, so now here you will notice that mostly Turner syndrome is caused in female because female has two X chromosome. Okay, so instead of normal 44 plus XX condition, the women which are suffering from this disease have 44 plus X condition. Now these women are sterile, that is they are unable to have children due to improper growth of the reproductive organs. Okay, so they are sterile, they cannot reproduce because here the abnormality is in the sex chromosome. Okay, so therefore these women are sterile, and this is a disease that is caused only in women because they have a combination of X and X chromosome. Now moving to Klinefelter syndrome, where you have 44 plus X, X and Y. Okay, so now here very clearly or very easily you will understand that since it is a problem with the Y chromosome, obviously who is going to suffer? Here the men will be suffering because in case of men the combination is X and Y chromosome. Okay, so again this is an abnormality due to sex chromosome. So in this disorder what is happening? Men have one extra X chromosome. Hence, their chromosomal conditions become 44 plus X, X and Y. Okay, so here again because it is a problem with the sex chromosome, these men are also sterile because their reproductive organs are not very well developed. Okay. Now, these are the diseases that occur due to mutation in single gene, that is monogenic disorder. Okay, so there are approximately 44,000 different disorders are known due to abnormal genes. Their products are either produced in insufficient quantity or not at all. Okay, so these are single gene. That means one parent is responsible to cause the disease. Okay, so it causes abnormal metabolism that may lead to death at the tender age. Okay, so at an early age this death could be caused. Okay, now there are many diseases like that and some of this we will be studying in details. Okay, so we'll just go through it. First we have the Huntington's disease, which is a degeneration of the nerve cell in the brain. Then we have the Tyson's disease, which is the destruction of nerve cell in the brain and the spinal cord. Okay, so that leads to effect on the development of the child. Then we have the galactosemia, which is where body is unable to use sugar called galactose. Okay, so this is sugar related disease, not diabetes. Then phenylketonuria, which is an inborn error of metabolism that results in decrease in the metabolism of amino acids, that is proteins are not very well developed or absorbed in the body. Then sickle cell anemia, where the red blood cells incorporate into sickle shape. This we will be studying in details. We have cystic fibrosis, which affects the lung and the digestive system. Then we have albinism, which disease again we are going to study in details, where the skin and the hair or the eyes have little color or no color. Then we have hemophilia, which impairs the body's ability to make blood clots. You all know that whenever we have any wound, after some time there is clotting of blood. So the blood stops flowing. But in this case there is no clotting of blood. And we have night blindness, where a person is unable to see at night or poor light. So all these we will be going to study in details. In this video, we will continue to study some genetic disorders. The first one we will be studying is about albinism. Now, let's see what is albinism. We all know that our eyes, skin and hair have color due to a brown pigment called melanin. So what happens in this disease is the body cannot produce melanin. Okay, so the main factor melanin, which is responsible to give color to our skin, is not produced in the body. So what happens is, in the absence of melanin, the skin becomes pale, hairs are white and eyes are usually pink. So this is due to the absence of melanin pigment in the retina as well as the sclera. Okay, so if you see the body of this albinos person, it is physically and mentally he is very normal. Okay, even he has his reproducing capability, but only the skin and hair color is white. It is not like a normal person. So this is the disease albinism. Then we have sickle cell anemia. Now very often we hear the word anemia. We all know that anemia means when the amount of hemoglobin in our blood is not sufficient. Now what is this sickle cell anemia? So here what happens is a minor change in the molecular structure of protein and DNA, it leads to disease or disorder. Now, the normal hemoglobin has glutamic acid as the 6th amino acid. Okay, so this is a hemoglobin structure and the 6th amino acid is a glutamic acid. Okay, then what happens is, due to some problem, if this glutamic acid is replaced by valine, that is another acid. Okay, so what happens is the shape and structure of the hemoglobin changes. So see, just a simple change from glutamic acid, it changes to valine. Okay, so but this small change in hemoglobin cause a major disease called as sickle cell anemia. And what happens in sickle cell anemia is the erythrocytes or the RBCs, which are normally biconcave, that is circular shape. You can see the normal RBCs which are biconcave shape. It becomes like sickle shape. See, that means it becomes pointed. So this condition we call as sickle cell anemia. And what is the disadvantage? The oxygen carrying capacity of hemoglobin in such individual is very low, because hemoglobin, which is mainly responsible to carry oxygen in blood, okay, so because of the shape, it gets stuck into the blood vessels and the oxygen carrying capacity of the body decreases. In this condition, clumping and thereby destruction of erythrocytes occurs most often. Okay, so as you can see here, see, these are the normal hemoglobins. Because of the circular or biconcave shape, it passes very easily through our blood vessels. But because of the sickle shape, this is the abnormal hemoglobin. Now this sickle shape which is pointed get blockage or get blocked in the blood vessel, as you can see in the diagram. Okay, and because of the blockage, what is happening? It is stopping or disturbing the flow of blood or circulatory system to the brain, to the lung, to the kidney, and thus it gets damaged, because all these organs, they require sufficient supply of oxygen, and because of lack of oxygen, these are damaged. Now, sickle cell anemia is a hereditary disease, that is, it is transferred from parents to its offspring. It occurs due to changes in the genes during conception. Conception means at the time when the fusion of the gamete takes place in mother's body. If the father and mother are both affected by sickle cell anemia, or if they are carrier of this disorder, their offsprings are likely to suffer from the disease. So because it is genetic, even when father or mother, anyone is suffering from the disease, then their children likely to be suffer from the disease. So marriages between a person who are carriers or sufferer from sickle cell anemia should be avoided, because this is a hereditary disease, and therefore if the marriages takes place, then the offsprings will surely have the sickle cell anemia. So such kind of marriages should be avoided. There are two types of persons affected by sickle cell anemia. The first one is sickle cell anemia carrier, the short form of which is AS. People who are carriers generally do not have any medical problems and lead normal lives. They are only carrier. They are not actually the sufferer. So they do not have any medical problem. In their body, the supply of oxygen is also proper and they lead a normal life. Now the second type of people, which are the sufferer from sickle cell anemia, who are actually suffering from the disease. The short form is SS, that is sufferer. So these are the people who are mostly having medical problems and they cannot lead a very normal life because of absence of oxygen. Now coming to the symptoms, it has swelling of hands and legs, pain in joints, severe general body ache, frequent cold and cough, constant low-grade fever, exertion, that means very tiring, pale face and low hemoglobin content. Okay, so this normally a person is unwell, he feels sick all the time. Okay, so if we get our blood tested, we can overcome sickle cell anemia. That's the only way how we can get over sickle cell anemia. Then now this chart will give us an idea if men and women are suffering or are carrier of sickle cell anemia, what effect it is going to have in their children. Okay, so we will be using certain symbols. AA stands for normal, AS is for carrier and SS is for sufferer. Then men, women and progeny is their offspring or children. Okay. Now, if both men and women are normal, then their children are absolutely normal. So, no problem. Now, if men is normal or carrier and woman is normal or carrier, that is, if 50-50% are chances are there, then 50% progeny may be normal and 50% is carrier if one parent is normal and other is carrier. Okay, so that means if father is normal but mother is carrier, then 50% children will be carrier. If father is carrier and mother is normal, still 50% children will be carrier. Now moving to the third case. Now here you can see that father is normal but mother is a sufferer. So in that case, all the offsprings will be carrier. Same as father is a sufferer, mother is normal. Still all the children will be carrier. Okay, so this is a dangerous case where a person is sufferer, either one parent is sufferer, then the children or offsprings will be carrier. Okay, now coming to if father and mother both are carrier, then 25% progeny will be normal, 25% will be sufferer and 50% will be carrier. Okay, so this is either they are going to, if both are carrier, then it could be normal, it could be sufferer or it could be carrier. Then father is a carrier, mother is a sufferer. Again, father is a sufferer or mother is a carrier, that is 50%. Then 50% progeny will be carrier and 50% will be sufferer if one parent is carrier and one is sufferer. Okay, so again this is very dangerous state where one is carrier, one is sufferer, one is carrier. The 50% will be carrier and 50% will be sufferer. And when both father and mother are sufferer, then obviously all the progeny will be sufferer. Okay, so this kind of marriage should be strictly avoided. Okay, this 1 is no problem. 2, 3, 4, 5 could be 50-50 chances, but both the sufferers should be strictly avoided. Okay, now how we can diagnose or how we can come to know whether a person is suffering from sickle cell anemia. Under the National Health Mission, there is a test called solubility test for diagnosis of sickle cell anemia is available at district hospital. Okay, so this is a normal test. So basically solubility means dissolving. Okay, so if a person is suffering from a sickle cell anemia, then his hemoglobin dissolving capacity will be less. Then to confirm, we have one more test, that is electrophoresis, which is done with the help of electrical instrument and it is performed at rural or sub-district hospitals. Okay, so this is basically hand of a child with sickle cell anemia. So swelling is there and these general symptoms could be seen. Okay, so this is one of the disease we have to get rid, and how we can do it. Just there are few remedies. One is the disease is spread only one way, that is reproduction. Hence, husband and wife should get their blood examined either before marriage or after it. Better before marriage, because not only sickle cell anemia, but there are other sexually transmitted diseases like AIDS that can be avoided if the blood examination is done before marriage. Okay, so a carrier or sufferer should avoid marriage with another carrier or sufferer. This I already explained you. And a person suffering from sickle cell anemia should take a tablet of folic acid daily. Now, folic acid has a high amount of iron. Okay, so that is going to give you sufficient amount of hemoglobin and oxygen. Okay, so the best way is avoid marriages between a sufferer and a carrier. Then we have few mitochondrial disorders. Now, what are mitochondrial disorders? This is basically caused by the mitochondria DNA. It is defective due to mutation. So during fertilization, mitochondria are contributed by egg cell, that is by ovum alone. So you have to remember, mitochondrial disorders are inherited from mother only. Okay, so here only mother is responsible to cause this kind of disorder. Okay, so you all know mitochondria, these are the normal mitochondria and these are the cut ones. So due to this, it causes some kind of diseases and that is inherited by mother only. Okay, so the example is the Leber hereditary optic neuropathy, that is degeneration of retina cells. You all know the retina of the eye which helps us to see. So degeneration of these cells, this is an example of mitochondrial disorder, and because of this the person's vision is affected. Then we have some disorders due to mutation in multiple genes. These are called as polygenic disorders. Okay, so polygenic means multiple genes, that is few. We were saying monogenic means when the single gene is problematic. Now coming to polygenic means many genes are problematic. Sometimes disorders arise due to mutation in more than one gene. In most such disorders, their severity increases due to effect of environmental factors on the fetus. Okay, so that is the growing baby. Not only the you can see genes, but the environmental factors are also responsible. The common examples of such disorders are cleft lip, as you can see here, cleft palate, so cleft lip where the leaf is cut, as well as the cleft palate. Palate is your portion above the tongue. Okay, so see, usually children, when we talk, we touch with our tongue to the above part of our mouth. Okay, and that helps us to talk properly. So a person who is suffering from cleft lip of cleft palate cannot talk properly because the tongue support is not there. Then constrained stomach. Okay, so constrained stomach is there. So normal stomach which allows the passage of the food, or we can eat the food normally. Now because of this constrained stomach, what is happening is the stomach is in the tight position. Okay, so the food eating capacity of this person is less than the normal person. Okay, then we have the spina bifida, which is a defect in the spinal cord. So you all know that in a spinal cord we have a cerebrospinal fluid. So when something goes wrong with this cerebrospinal fluid or sac, okay, then it causes a defect in the spinal cord. And in that case, spinal cord, you all know that the person, it helps the person to walk. Okay, so then a person cannot walk properly. Other than that, diabetes, blood pressure, heart disease, asthma and obesity are also called or are also happens due to polygenic disorders. Now here you have to remember that the polygenic disorders do not strictly follows Mendel principle of heredity. Okay, so these disorders arises from complex interaction between environment, lifestyle and defect in the several genes. Now Mendel says that the inherited or genes are inherited from the parents. Okay, so that is very fine. But these are some disorders, sometimes parents are quite normal, but the offsprings are problematic due to the environmental things.
So with this, dear students, we come to the end of today's lecture. See you in the next lecture, wherein we have to cover a very small part. So till then, dear students, stay safe, stay happy. Bye.